Hello viewers, 4DIYers here with another tutorial video for everyone. In this particular video here, I'll be showing you two different methods on how to remove decals from your vehicle's paint. No specialty tools are required, and these methods won't damage your paint either. I'm using a tailgate from the Tacoma as an example. It's getting a couple spots touched up, and the decals are in the way. I won't be reinstalling these decals as I think it looks cleaner without them. It's always important to have a clean surface so we don't risk damaging the paint. So make sure the vehicle is washed before removing those decals. These methods can be used on all forms of decals such as signage, lettering, pinstriping, etc. And it can also be used on polyurethane stone guard films. Starting out with the first method, you'll need a heat gun here. Here I am using my heat gun kit from Mobile Distributor Supply made by OEM Tools, model number 24498. This kit comes with various attachments to help evenly heat the surface or work in tighter spaces, making the decal removal easy. There is also a high and low setting so the heat can be controlled on the surface and there is minimal risk of damaging the paint. Try to pick a tip which is suited for your decal. Here I have a tip which widens the air output. You may be required to move the tip around the area to evenly heat the decal depending on its size. I'm also using the lowest heat setting, which is plenty. The surface should be hot to the touch, enough so it's still comfortable to touch with your hand. The paint can take quite a bit of heat, but don't get too carried away as you can damage it. If you are working on a plastic panel, then it won't take the heat as well as compared to a metal panel. Pick at the one corner of the decal with your finger and then remove. The heat gun air should still be blowing on the decal so the adhesive stays pliable. Once that one letter is removed, while the surface is still warm, move on to the next letter. As you can see, the adhesive is left behind and this will need to be cleaned. Using isopropyl alcohol or a wax and grease remover, something which isn't overly harsh on the paint, apply it to a soft cloth and then wipe the surface. While the surface is still warm, the adhesive should still be easier to remove. As for the second method, here I am using a special rubber wheel which is used on a drill. These do have various names such as a stripe remover, decal remover, pinstripe eraser, and eraser wheel. These can be purchased at your local auto parts store. They aren't overly expensive, and mine also required an arbor for the drill too. The speed isn't overly critical when using these wheels. Light to medium pressure, it's all that's needed. Start at the edge of the decal, and then slowly work your way around the decal, basically erasing it off the surface. This will not only remove the decal, but also the adhesive too. These wheels don't create much heat, it's much less than a heat gun, and it won't damage your paint. Material will come off the wheel which is normal, they will wear out, and eventually require a replacement. They are made of a soft, pliable rubber material. And as you can see, the decal is eventually gone. If any adhesive is left, either use a rubber wheel or you can use a solvent just like before with a soft cloth. To keep that eraser in good condition so it doesn't damage the paint, I like to clean mine with isopropyl alcohol, which isn't overly harsh on the rubber. Once it's dry, then put it away in a Ziploc bag so it's not affected by any dust or dirt. Depending on how long those decals were on the vehicle, you'll most likely have ghosting from that decal where it was. This was the original paint on the tailgate. The truck is a 2001, so there is only a light outline. This can be done by hand, or to save a bit of time I'm using a machine polisher. With a finer polishing or finishing pad and a polishing compound, apply the compound to the pad, then dab it on the surface to reduce the chance of sling. Then work it on the surface, applying a light to medium pressure. This is basically the same process as removing light oxidation and paint swirl marks. After polishing that surface, there will no longer be a protective layer on the paint, so a wax or sealant should be applied. And as you can see, there is no longer any ghosting from that decal. New videos released every week on my channel. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It's a huge help to me, and leave a comment below if you found this tutorial helpful. Don't forget to follow my social media pages such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to keep up to date with my latest projects. And if you're not a subscriber, be sure to also hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching.